The Masters, Teddy, gets underway. Interesting day. First half, minus twos, minus threes, and then it looked like all hell broke loose late. But let's not forget the old timers, Teddy. Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods did very good yesterday.
Sure. Of course, we've got the updated odds for round two, or after round one, I should say. Koepka, the leader, at plus 470. DJ plus 600. DeChambeau plus 650. Rahm plus 1100. Mickelson sitting alone in third place right now, plus 1200. And, of course, Ricky Fowler at plus 1,400. Those are the leaderboard, or the top golfer odds for the Masters after round one. Obviously, we'll see these odds bounce all day, all night, and into round three on Saturday.
Yeah, Tiger Woods struggled a little bit with his putter yesterday, but as he left the golf course, it looked like he was going to set up for a -3, but finishes at -2, which is a great round because over the past, years, he hasn't gotten off to the best starts, usually finding himself down 7 or 8 shots after day one in a major tournament. Phil Mickelson poured it on late, grabbing into it. But again, we're talking about a 48-year-old golfer here heading into the weekend, but the game that he has, same thing with Tiger Woods, really translates well to Augusta. If you're going to be aggressive, if you can have great iron play, you can really score. But the one thing I always find myself getting back to, Teddy, is some of these younger guys with the chops. DeChambeau currently leading right now with -7, Ian Poulter -4, Jason Day, who if you didn't see yesterday, Teddy, picked up his daughter on the putting green before the round started, hurt his back and had to get stretched out. Looks like he was a 60-year-old man, but yet he finds himself today, Teddy, in the top 3.
Exactly. Because what are the headlines? The headlines are Tiger and Phil. Tiger and Phil. Those are the two biggest name golfers out there. They've been around for 20 years. They've been making headlines for 20 years. They're not necessarily the best bets. Oftentimes, it's the young up-and-comers who make a name for themselves right here in this tournament. You won't catch me with my money on Tiger or Phil.
No, it should be a lot of fun to watch. So can you imagine, Teddy, we talk about the NCAA tournament coming down to the Final Four in the final. Imagine the ratings if it was Duke and North Carolina in the final, Minneapolis. I can only imagine if it's Tiger and Phil in the last grouping on Sunday at the Masters. You would set all types of records here for Masters coverage, but we'll find out. We'll get you ready for over the weekend. The next show we have, Teddy, we'll be talking about who actually was crowned Masters champion. But last night in Major League Baseball, really interesting. We saw a lot of comebacks, Teddy, and I don't know if this is astronomy or whatever it would be, or astrophysicists. 7-6 was a key number yesterday.
It sure was. And most of it had to do with bad bullpens and or lineups that are hitting the ball. Certainly, you talk about the Mariners. They're hitting the ball, down 6-3 late. 2-out, 2-run triple to tie the game in the ninth and then win 7-6 in extra. The Mariners are 13-2 right now. Do the markets care? Not even a little bit. They're still home dogs to Houston tonight. The Red Sox, I thought they were in big trouble. Well, they were in big trouble last night. Down 5-0 early. Chip away, chip away, chip away. Lo and behold, they win 7-6 as well. And, of course, the Padres. 5-run lead. Oops, wiped out in the 6th. Doesn't matter. They score the final one, 7-6 finale. And the Padres, boy, they sure look real to me. I don't think they're going anywhere. You ask me right now, the NL West, a 2-team race, San Diego and L.A.
Teddy, we talk a lot about sports there and sports gambling. The one usual moniker that you have is every game is usually clocked. The NBA, time's going to have to run out. Depends on how much your lead is, how much you can come back. The NFL, NCAA football, NHL, whatever sport you're dealing with. But when you have baseball, it's not about a time frame there. It's about outs. So we see a lot of these bullpen melts, a lot of these huge comebacks, because it's not saying there's no way they can come back in the last 3 minutes of the game. Heck, you can have a 35 or 40-minute inning to come back. It was a lot of interesting stuff. And the one thing I was watching yesterday, Teddy, is if you were sitting on that Royals ticket, and I said to you, Teddy, before the game, there's going to be a key play with 2 outs, but Billy Hamilton is going to be able to run down this ball in center field. You say, great, that's exactly the guy I want out there. And he drops the ball, crashes in the defense, gets hurt, and then your ticket loses, Teddy, as it goes to extra innings.
Yeah, and of course, at least he got hurt. I don't mean to say this. I'm going to say it fairly innocuously, but it's like if the guy that you're counting on screws up, he better be hurt. And that's what happened with Billy Hamilton yesterday. The big loss. I mean, I don't know. Kansas City's is a mess to begin with, and they certainly haven't gotten any better with another late game meltdown last night.